and I really didn't have a topic or anything, but it's storming to no end here, and it's going to be doing it all morning. So we're going to have a live. Now, evidently, Richella has decided to come here for the live. They didn't know I was setting up. Usually they see me charging and moving devices around, but today I already had them all charged. So I just basically had to set up a prop, and like I say, this is kind of impromptu because I looked at the weather and I don't really have much I can do today. And there's not really been much on YouTube to watch, so I'm going to be what to watch on YouTube. And we'll talk about dumb shit. Why? Because the world has a never-ending flow of dumb shit to talk about. I got done with my morning chores. My little girl snuck out all night. Didn't you, Zora, baby? Yes, my little warrior princess snuck out all night. And that's what I started my morning with. Was waking up and then realizing that I do not know where the little baby is. And then I had to go looking for her. And she found me, didn't you, honey? Yes, you did. You found me. I was looking for her and walking back from the barn, and here she comes, just running down the path right at me. And you, honey, you found yourself. Now, morning is not my normal time for live streams. And the kind of funny thing is, like, for me, this is like the worst time to live stream because my crowd is kind of a late crowd. And by dawn, they usually go to sleep. And it's 8:52 in the morning here. Now, normally in the morning, I'd be modding for Truthfully Tricia, but she had a busy day and an early workout. If you're wondering, we're surrounded by kitties because it's a dark and stormy morning here. A whole bunch of kitties that normally don't get to come in got to come in, like this little boy. Now, his brother, his near twin, he didn't come in, so he's outside getting wet. This is Jago. And he is just, he's like a real little boy. I mean, follows you and up your butt wherever you go and whatever you do. Well, feel free to talk. You know, I'm not that evil. But yes, I am in the drama community and I typically do drama content. And I thought about doing a topic or two today, but I mean, thinking about it, I thought, well, people are so dumb on the internet that it's just an endless topic into itself. Now, normally, like I say, I'd be modding for Truthfully Tricia early this morning, but she had an abbreviated workout. And hello, Ronnie. Hello, Corn. Actually, I should have had some shit set up a little bit on my shit, but hey. And if anyone's wondering, this is Truthfully Tricia. Yes, and this is Truthfully Tricia. And her channel is hitting 50,000 subscribers. And I'm there a lot, well, entertaining myself. I guess that's the best way to put it. Yes, entertaining myself. Because the crowd that hates her, I used to know. And they're a bunch of backstabbers. So I get the fun thing of playing the villain yet being the righteous one. It's kind of a role that I fit into well. And I got to talk to this cat for a minute. Mr. Jago. Excuse me, sir. Wow, this cat's fixated. Normally, all I have to do is say that, and they stop. Any of them will stop whatever they're doing. Not Jago over here. I mean, he's right over here in the garbage where he ain't supposed to be, and Excuse me. Okay. Like I say, usually I can just say, excuse me, and they stop whatever negative behavior they're doing. But he was definitely focusing. As soon as he stopped for a second and looked up and I said, excuse me. Well, Corny Bruin, welcome to the channel. Now, this channel is, well, now the thing is a shout out from me in many communities is a positive or a negative. Just saying. But the amount of slander that I've been getting lately, I mean, I can do whole streams on it. But I'm trying to make a new community. So, I want new people to come in and bullshit. That's one reason why I'm not talking my normal drama topics, because I'm looking to branch out and have a little more fun. Because, this would be surprised to hear, but a large portion, now, not as many as there were because I'm getting new subscribers, but, around 90% of my subscribers are human garbage. They're older women that just want to hate on other people. Now, typically, what I used to do is come on here and I'd make things understandable, because that is my YouTube skill. I make things understandable and I can explain why to people on most things. Well, good to meet you, Jack. Well, Jerry, I believe I have sound. I think it's you. Yes, because Ronnie would have told me. So, yes, Jerry, unfortunately, you can't hear me, but it's you and not me. You'll probably need to come back in. Oh, but life is weird as shit. I'm sitting here waiting on the first of the month check. So I got like 2 days sitting around. Now, fortunately, that my taxes got lowered. So my dinner for the next 2 days is peanut butter and crackers. Normally I'd have nothing at this time of month, but yes, now the funny thing is doing without a lot the last week of the month actually keeps me fit. Well, you know why? Because I don't monetize my YouTube channels. Because that way, if I give you an opinion or if I decide to make a live stream, money is never a factor. I do this because people conned me into doing this. I didn't start doing this for ego. Like I say, I told this story in my last live, but I guess I'll tell it a lot. How I got to YouTube. Now, I live near Amberlin Reed. And if anyone knows anything about the drama community, she's like a almost 700-pound woman that gaslights she's 500 pounds, yet she gained 200 pounds at least on her weight loss channel. And she's a pathological liar with a large channel. And I live near her. So I was able to debunk a ton of her lies. And people wanted me to make a YouTube channel. And I said no. And I went to my therapist and I just mentioned it offhand because I thought it was a fucking ha-ha. And my therapist said, Roger, I think that's a great idea. And then rather than our regular therapy session, she and I argued for an hour about me making a YouTube channel. And that's the last argument I ever lost. Well, welcome, Jerry. I know I've done that too. Yes, every now and then I do that too. Because sometimes, now and then I need to put my volume down, especially to hear something here on the farm, and then forget to put it back up, or set the device down, then come back and have forgot to. We're about to get kittied again. Zora, honey, are you coming again? Usually I give them a chance to, because if not, then I get blindsided right when I'm in the middle of speaking. Here we go. But yes, this kitty snuck out on me all night. And I'm just hoping she's not. I don't think she's in heat. I hope not. because she's only about 10 months old and I don't want her to have kittens. But yeah, she snuck out on me all night. So my morning was hunting her, and then she found me. Oh, this is a joke. Daddy, come back. I'm your ex-wife. Well, guess what? I've never been married. Oh, I mean, I have lived such a fucked up life. I have never been married. Now, I've been engaged multiple times, but my relationships end in two ways. Either I get with a psycho and it's like a nuclear bomb going off, or I get with a normal girl and then she always goes back to her ex at some point. Now, see, I'm not the guy that's the ex. I'm the guy that they go to and then go back to the ex. So, just to keep your scorecard. Oh, shit. This is catfish. Now, an interesting thing about me is I get more death threats than anyone else on YouTube. It's just I usually get the credible ones because when I cover people in the drama community, I like to cover the dangerous people. It's unless there's a certain level of evil involved, I'm usually not interested in it when I do my drama. Now, will you please? He sees me in the camera, and he's trying to walk over and get into the picture. And despite his size, he too is still a little boy. That little dark one here, that's small, he's 6 days older than this guy. Now, the funny thing is I thought about making this talking about the perils of YouTube. Now, it's kind of funny, but you know, how they have these dumbass surveys that they put in the news? And a few years ago, they had one of dream jobs. And in the 1990s, the dream job was drug dealer. And in the 1990s, that's what I was. I was a drug dealer. I mean, I sold more pot than you could possibly imagine in the 1990s. Really, in the 1980s and in the 1990s. I sold more pot than you could possibly imagine. And now it's YouTuber. And I got to say that, the selling pot gig, it gave really good money. Matter of fact, you could make a good living off of it. But as a dream job, I mean, they all have their dangers. Do I believe in God? Now, this is an interesting thing. Yes, I believe in God. But I don't believe God is good. Nope. You see, I have a different philosophy in God. I believe that God is out for God. Now, I've not said this on YouTube before, but this is a new crowd, and this is something that I thought about. I got a little tiny vlog channel that if I know someone well, I'd drag them over there, for this kind of shit. But yes, after years and years and years of study and thought, I do believe there is a God. Now, I do not believe this God is necessarily good. I believe, like anyone else, God is in creation for God. You're a secondary thought. So that is exactly what I believe about God. Looks like the worst of the storm has passed over, which is good for me because it was actually looking pretty fucking rough here. I live out on 20 acres on a farm by myself. Like I say, it's an unconventional belief. Now, once again, you might ask me how I came to this conclusion. Now, my birth was ugly. Now, I mentioned that I get a check. And the reason why I get a check is complex PTSD. And once again, that was also why I was in therapy. Once again, I'm going to tell it all. But at my birth, I wasn't born quite right. I was born with 2 mutations and a birth defect. And the birth defect was going to kill me because I was born with all my parts, but the inside tubing was not there. So I was born and I wasn't able to pee. And this was 1968. Now, when people are born this way now, they have the best of medical technology to fix them. But at the time, they did not. And I had 3 disastrous operations, but they saved my life. Now, up to this point, they had never had a successful one of these surgeries. The funny thing is my contribution to humanity was as a baby. When they talk about doing great things in life, I did mine when I was like this freaking big. But yeah, every time that I had one of these surgeries, they said I would not live the night. And I had jaundice. They changed my blood 3 different occasions completely as a baby. I spent my first 6 months of life in a hospital. But that surgery that I had, that was like the baby step 1 for them to do all of those wonderful reconstructive surgeries they do on the genitalia today. I was a learning experience. Now, unfortunately for me, because of those surgeries, they can do wonderful things today, but this is like you had a vase. You threw the vase on the floor and shattered it, and you glued it together. Then you threw the vase on the floor and shattered it again. That's the 3 operations. So, from all the scar tissue and everything, they really can't completely fix me. They can mostly, but I'm going to have some pain throughout my entire life. Now, spamming will get you blocked, dude. Just saying. We're pretty lenient here, and it's hard and easy to get blocked all at the same time. Now, I have nothing serious, so if any chatter wants to throw out some things to talk about, I'm more than happy to. But yeah, don't spam the chat. It'll definitely get you blocked. Because as I said, I don't do this for money. So it really doesn't. I'm just here as a public service. Trisha's not streaming. So, I thought, well, you know what? I don't normally stream in the morning. So I can just come on and bullshit for a little bit. Well, thank you. Because I do only give 1 warning. And then I tell people that I did not stutter. Now, I'm not getting into comedy here, but I also do comedy. And I'm also an epic troll on the internet. And I also destroy people on the internet. Now, this is what people generally... Now, USA on duty, like I said, do not spam my chat. I did not fucking stutter. You're gone. See, I am here to educate the young. I grew up in a much funner time. But you see, we didn't have the internet when I grew up. If you wanted to troll someone, you had to do it face to face, which meant you might just get popped in the teeth. I don't have dad jokes. Just saying. I do have dark elf jokes. Yes, I do have dark elf jokes. No one cares. You cared enough to type no one cares. That actually contradicts you saying no one cares. Hello, Jaden. Jaden, I'm just here meeting new people before I do topics on other lives. I do that now and then. I stream in portrait, get to meet new people. If people's interested, they subscribe, we talk, we bullshit. And then I stream the other way when I want to talk about dumb shit. Now, an interesting thing where I talked about I generally cover dangerous YouTubers. Oh, yeah, I had one show up here last May with a gun. And he was going to teach me a lesson. It's just, I had a gun. And it ended with him running away. And we did this on Ernie Chell's channel with about 400 fucking people watching. Well, like I say, I have fun. Now, I live out here in Appalachia on a farm. I mean, I live in a rough fucking place. And I'm not worried about it. Now, another interesting fact about my world, the old Hatfield and McCoy feud? The McCoys live a mile up the road. They're all a bunch of meth addicts for the most part. Just saying. Now, I didn't tell YouTube this. Once again, this is another thing another YouTuber would just immediately be shitting his bricks over. The day before yesterday. Now, I have seizures. It's another reason for my disability. Well, I feel for you, because, mine's all below. And other than scar tissue, it's kind of like I have a period at all times. It was funny because, I quite didn't fully understand my body until therapy. But yes, it's kind of like all the scar tissue all in here. It's kind of like having a period all the time. It's kind of like having cramps. But I've lived with it my whole life, so it is what it is. Around 40-some years old, I found out that other people didn't feel the same way down in here that I do. But yes, I tend to cover dangerous YouTubers. And also, though, I am looking for fun shit to do on streams like this. And I have a few things that I can do, but as I said, I really didn't plan on streaming today. It's fucking storming out. I mean, we're having a big thunderstorm here, and there's not much I can do on the farm when there's a big storm out. And it's going to rain on and off the better part of this week. So I'm going to be doing a lot of YouTube. Well, I'm just me. Now, the interesting thing, I think, or I'm told, that's how I should put it, I'm told, is my therapist, when she was arguing with me to start a YouTube channel, she said, "Roger, you're the most interesting person I know." I challenged her on that, but, when we get into YouTube, I do seem to be a lot more interesting than any other people. Although right now we are doing a de-effort. I mean, this is my morning. I'm not big on morning streams. But once again, I do like to stream at different times. Now, because of my seizures, I do smoke a little weed. It's my only vice. Now, if you see me smoking weed on a stream, you will know that Roger has been having seizures. Because I just have to hit a pipe once or twice every now and again, and it keeps the seizure monster away. Dangerous. No, I got news for you. Dangerous is what comes to me on this channel. Now, I'm not ready to show video, and normally I would so you could gain a grasp of this. There's a YouTuber named Milton John. He is a trans trender who pretends he's trans. He has schizophrenia, and he's a complete psychopath. Now, I'm having to choose my words well because many things that he would say were definitely against terms of service. Now, he has threatened to unalive me in, well, a myriad of ways. We can just put it that way. But the exact last one is he threatened to cut my head off with a chainsaw. Oh, man. Well, you know where that comes from. Having to deal with my parents. My father was a narcissistic psychopath. God, I fucking hate him. I mean, this is a reaction about me. Whenever you see me bring my father up out of the view, I'm gonna say I hate him. I mean, I fucking hate him. I mean, I like to jump right up and down right now and go, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. Now, what the funny part about that is my dad, used to have a really thick Kentucky accent. And he'd say, boy, you're going to miss your dear old dad when he's gone. No. No, I don't. He died in an accident 9 days after 9/11. And I have yet to ever miss his presence. Well, actually, Captain Caveman, you're not up on current events. No, he did not stay in jail long. They put him in a mental institution. And about a month and a half ago, he got out. Yep. And the grapevine has it that he is at his mother's under house arrest. So that's your Melton John update. And my advice is to subscribe to Blue Knievel. And you will get more regular information on Melton John and his whereabouts. Because since he is a serious, credible threat to my life, I keep track of where he's at. Well, Jaden, let me see if I can find a picture first. Now, I have many LGBT friends on my YouTube. I deleted a bunch of pictures, so let me see if I got some pictures still. Usually I have these things kind of queued in case of, but like I say, this is an impromptu live, and I took a ton of pics off of this phone. Now, I play a trans character on YouTube named Verily Veronica. I play several characters on YouTube. Like I say, today is like a de-fucking effort. I'm just kind of here to meet new people. But yes, this is me as my trans character, Verily Veronica. I clean up very, very fucking well. And at the time, that was my natural hair. Now, I am not trans. I do have trans friends on YouTube, but I play a trans character. And like I said, I clean up very, very well. Well, Captain Caveman, I don't shit in the yard, and the neighbor's dog can eat whatever he fucking wants because it's the neighbor's dog. Now, the nice thing is since the neighbor's dog came back so messy, they built a fence around their yard. So now the dog doesn't get out anymore. No, I'm not gay. I mean, now, once again, you gave me a good segue before I blocked you, dumbass. Now, we talked about the perils of YouTube. Now, we talked about the psychos. Let's talk about the psycho girlfriends from YouTube. Now, in my several-year YouTube career, I've ended up with 3 girlfriends that I got off of YouTube. One I got to know for a few months. I mean, everything seemed to be great. And as soon as we became boyfriend and girlfriend, it disintegrated within 10 days. I mean, as soon as we said boyfriend, girlfriend, her mask came off and a fucking psycho came out. I mean, she could fake being sane really well, but at the moment where she didn't think she had to be sane for a relationship anymore, Wow. Now that didn't last long. Like I said, it lasted 10 fucking days. And that was my first YouTube relationship. Now, she was a dominatrix. Now, I tracked crazy women, like I said. And the second one was also a dominatrix. But this relationship didn't last for 10 days. It lasted for some time. And I used to go to, now I wasn't her client, I was her boyfriend. And her daughter was a dominatrix too. And God, was she a fucking psycho! Well, what happened with the first one is she basically still stalks me on YouTube. Actually, they both of the two I'm talking about still stalk me on YouTube. Let's see if I got I'm not sure if it's on this device or not. I think it may just be on the tablet. But I had a picture of her and her daughter. But I think it's on a device that's not charged. But she was very, very no, it's not on this one. But no, she's very, very bipolar. Now, it was funny, after the relationship, she'd come here for my birthday, and it was going downhill. And I was hoping that her coming, because normally I would go visit her in Philadelphia, but she came here to visit me, and let's just say it didn't end up well. Well, actually, this is an interesting thing. I'm very dominant in life, but when it comes to a relationship, I do prefer the female to take the lead. I do. Once again, if we want to talk about that, once again, as I said, I wasn't her client. I was her boyfriend. Although you did have to deal with her idiosyncrasies and doing what she wanted. Now, the funny thing was, she was actually rich. I mean, she was in an accident ages ago that hurt her back. So, yes, I was dating a blonde dominatrix with a bad back. And she got millions out of the settlement, and she came from a fairly wealthy family anyway. But apparently all this money gave her an ego. Now, in our relationship, I got to talk to all the managers. No shit. If you went into a place, you knew before you left that you were talking to a manager. And you can even guess what her first name was. Of course, I won't say her last name, but your first guess will be correct. Just say it. Oh man, I mean, I just shake my head at it. Now, she was a little bit older than me and past her prime. Now, I don't look at it, but I'm 55 years old and I'm not far from my 56th birthday. And she was about 5 years older than me. And wow, I mean, crazy as hell. Now, the last girlfriend was a normal human being, I thought. Now, she was not a dominatrix because after the last dominatrix, I said no more dominatrix girlfriends. Oh, man. And she actually, originally, she was supposed to move here next month. And then she ghosted me, which I believe for her ex. But she shows up every now and then to say that she didn't ghost me and she's not with her ex. Now, this has been 2 incidents in several months. And she showed up a couple lives ago on my channel. And I had to keep it together, and I told her, message me. And let me see, it's been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's been 4 days. And I have yet to receive a message from her. And, about the time I get over her, I spent about 6 months not being able to sleep over it. And every time she messages me, I start that again. And because it's like right now, I've gotten such a lack of sleep. I would be better off if I was asleep right now rather than doing this. But I can't sleep. Well, take care, Jaden. So, yeah, like I said, I do lead an interesting YouTube life. Now, currently, there's a whole bunch of drama motherfuckers that are trying to make me the villain. Now, they'll make up shit. You'll see shit spam. Matter of fact, you might see my address spammed in chat every now and then. I don't care. See, out here in Appalachia, the cops don't SWAT. Where I live, I am 45 minutes away from law enforcement. And in the 1990s, every meth head called the cops on every other meth head when they got mad at them. So by about 2002, our cops do not just jump. If the call doesn't come within a stone's throw of the spot, they are not coming. Hello, Frank. So now, I've also had people threaten me with pizzas. And I wish they could send me pizzas. It's like right now, it's pouring a storm right here, so I can't walk to the store. And I got about $15 in cash in my backpack. But I live like 8 miles outside of pizza delivery. And as a farmer, I'm my own boss. So they can't even get me in trouble with my job. And I'm basically just doing subsistence farming at this point. As you see, groceries are so fucking ridiculous. Now, you might not be able to see it, but I have 3 cats in my lap. This is one cat in my lap. This is Caiaphas. And then we got Jago over here. And Caiaphas is Jago's uncle. You see, he's trying to crawl in the video. You can't crawl in the video. And this is Zorabelle. And she's the Dark One's sister. But my cat now is trying. Come here, Caiaphas. He wants to crawl in with you guys. He sees me in the picture. And he wants to crawl up on the Roger in the picture. Now, he's a Manx. He has no tail. And his mother, Summer, is behind me. And she, too, is a Manx and has no tail. Hello, big man. Man, now, the thing is with girlfriends, it really isn't that hard. But after the fucking last ones, I'm not fucking dating anymore. Now, I've been accused of sleeping with Truthfully Trisha. And let me put up a picture of her. Now, this is the YouTuber that they keep saying is I'm sleeping with, and I'm not. I'm just her mod. Like I said, I'm just her mod. And this is Truthfully Trisha. And she has a channel with about 50,000 subscribers. And if you want to see some drama and some fucked up shit, subscribe to Truthfully Trisha. She's right at about 50K. But yes, that is who I'm supposedly sleeping with, and I'm not. But yes, now, most guys might lie, but, I'm pretty honest. One of those guys that, will flat out tell you the blatant, honest truth, even if it's negative to me. That's why I say, now and then I do some fucked up shit on YouTube. It's usually funny as hell. Well, actually, truthfully, Trisha's not that far distant from me. She's 9 years younger than I am. She just cleans up well. Now, she cleaned up her act. I mean, she's in the middle of a life transformation. And there's a ton that hate her on YouTube. And as I say, that transfers onto me. Now, also, I used to be Grace Thorpe's co-host. And let me get a picture of her up. This is Grace Thorpe. And I was her co-host. I am currently in discussion with her, and it's likely on her program I am going to become her co-host again. Now, I used to be her co-host on every stream, but what I'm going to do is occasionally co-host on her program. And she is another controversial YouTuber. She's 21 years old and quite a pretty young lady. Now, her family's dysfunctional as hell, and she has a shit show on her channel. Excuse me, we've got a kitty trying to knock you over. One that you haven't seen yet. This is Scarlet. She too is a Manx with no tail. And Zorabelle just knocks you over because, well, that's what they do. Now, normally on nice days, I'm outside most of the day. But I'm inside, and as I say, it's storming outside, so I let cats in. Normally, I'd keep the boys and girls separated. But since it's a big thunderstorm, I let some of the boys in. Well, actually, Trisha keeps mostly to herself. Now, people are accusing that she's sending me naughty pics. Those pics that I had of her came off her Instagram. Those were not pics sent to me. Because she does not have my phone number. And I do not have her phone number. Because as a YouTuber, I mean, you get moderators, and occasionally you'll have one meltdown. And I have had multiple negative experiences with moderators on this channel. And she has had more negative experiences with moderators than I have. So she keeps her YouTube pretty much on YouTube, and I keep pretty much my YouTube on my YouTube. Now, Grace is 21 years old, and she's discovered alcohol. Now, that just is what it is, and I'm not going to condone or not in any way. But, you know, Grace Thorpe needs a little guidance. Just saying. I know when I say a little, I really mean a lot. Now, Trisha wants to do reactions. Well, I am a professional reactor. And occasionally on Trisha's program, I'm going to co-host there and we're going to do reactions. Now, that's going to be very, very rare. Now, on Grace Thorpe's channel, I'll probably co-host with her fairly regularly. You know, enough to where I will be a part of the cast of characters. Now, on Trisha's channel, I am just a cast and character because the people that hate Trisha make me that. And Trisha just had a couple more mods meltdown. I won't discuss that drama because she wants to be friends with him. And I used to be friends with him. And like I say, you know, people on YouTube will turn on you in a fucking second and try to eat you. And that's one reason why, you know, you're not seeing any blue wrenches right here. You know, I have one wrench right now on my channel, and I handle most of the moderation myself because I do wish to engage. And I do want to let a certain level of trolling go by because, you know, you guys are here to have fun. And as I said today, this is just mainly introduction. If you like my voice, you think I'm a little bit funny, subscribe because this really isn't the show. Now, once again, I showed you Verily Veronica, one of the characters I played on YouTube. Now, the character no one likes is this one. And I don't care because I really like the character. And he is Alphaeus Cain, Horseman of the Apocalypse. And that character is batshit insane. So when I do this character, I will say the most insane bullshit in the universe, but it will be funny. Now, I have a barn, a huge barn with a big loft, and it's set up as a YouTube studio. So I actually have a background for him to shoot his batshit crazy videos. And I have a little tiny comedy channel because used to be I would do his content here and Grimgoth the Dark Elf. Now, I use a camera trick and do it on videos. Well, Ben is bipolar. If you now, once again, you just started talking drama and you see me click right into it. You gave me a draw because, once again, my YouTube thing is I make things understandable. Ben is very bipolar and Ben is a narcissist. Now, Grace, they had her working in their little restaurant at 9 years old. Grace also was kept out of school and supposedly homeschooled. She has no social skills whatsoever. And that's one reason why I stopped co-hosting with her. Because of her lack of social skills. Because I wanted to show, because her channel was on at the time, she was gaining 500 subscribers a month when I was her co-host. We were putting on a fun show. And when she wanted to pull that passive-aggressive set me up bullshit, I'm like, okay. So I'll say it's like any kid, parenting. Occasionally you have to let the kid fail. And she's only gained about 1,000 subscribers when, as I said, she was gaining 500 subscribers a month when I was co-hosting. Because I would help make things fun. I would help make her understandable. But I definitely wouldn't be able to control her. Only she can control her. So that's why I'm going to go back over there on a limited occasion. And there's been a lot of, how shall we put it? Subscribers behind the scenes from over there that want me back over there. Now, let me see if I got a picture of Grimgoth. But yes, I can only do my Grimgoth the Dark Elf one on video. Now, I got so many fucking receipts on this damn thing. Huh. I got a Grimgoth bit here.
Simple words to say, you will not be missed. But until next time, it has been I, Grimgoth.
Yes, that's Grimgoth the Dark Elf, and I use some camera tricks, and he has his own channel. And him and Alfarius does comedy on it. Now, Verily Veronica used to have her own channel, but now we'll get into some YouTube controversy. I stopped working on the Verily Veronica channel. And the reason why I didn't really make public until lately, and YouTube suppressed the hell out of it. YouTube made the Verily Veronica channel where I was doing a trans character with a burlesque style act. They made the channel for children. And I could not take it off that. No matter how many times I went into the fucking settings to try to take my channel off being for children, they kept the Verily Veronica channel for children. And when I finally realized after a few months of uploading on it that they weren't, because, I thought, because, usually when they miscategorize something, you just post some content and it would fix itself. That's typically what it would do on YouTube. But it wouldn't fix itself on the Verily Veronica channel. So I stopped uploading on it because they were literally trying to push a fake trans burlesque act on children. Now, that channel now is called Roger Brown the Walking Dude. And I do politics and real world shit on it. It don't even have 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I typically don't even get 150 views on a video on that channel because people are more interested in drama or anything else rather than politics. But yeah, that's why I run. Like I say, Ronnie's been on my channel forever. But Ronnie, that's why I stopped developing that channel. Now, when I turned it to Roger Brown the Walking Dude, and I started posting, things that wasn't me dressed up pretty making comedy. And like I say, my comedy was adult comedy. It was a burlesque style act, which I still get, like in the chat earlier, which I still get unbelievable amount of hatred for. Now, I do have other characters that I develop. Now, I am a fan of Warhammer 40K. And I have a new Inquisitor character that I play on other channels because I'm going to post Warhammer 40K content, on another channel called 40K Interactive. I've not posted anything on it. The channel's just basically set up to go. I did set it up during COVID, but things were so fucked up during COVID, I never got around to doing it. Now, I've got my Inquisitor and character developed. I even got a big green pea coat over there, so I can all look the 40K theme. And I also got something over there that makes a pretty good knockoff of an Inquisitional rosette. So, it is what it is, but this is what I'm more interested in doing is entertaining. Now, I've got a wargaming channel, almost no subscribers on it, where I create unique war games. That barn loft I told you about, I've got a 9 by 27 foot giant wargaming table. And you're going to see that sometime soon because I'm getting ready to set up a big war game and I'm going to film it for YouTube and I'm going to post it on a few different channels. Now, I also got another channel that I tell stories on, and I've been working on that. And I do that in the middle of the night. And it's a little nothing channel. I mean, probably about 150 some subscribers. I think like its top was ever like 170. But they're just like little things that I do on the side. Shit, accidentally hit the volume. Now, anybody got any questions? Like I say, I'm a well-known YouTuber in the drama community, and the drama community eats its own all the time, and they're planning on putting me on the menu, and I'm going to give them the big fuck you. And you're going to hear me say a bunch of CUNT words to a lot of people. And hopefully I will make it funny. But yes, I thought I'd come on for just a little while and hang out with you. And take my shit down. Occasionally my fucking phone glitches. Okay, now I got my chat back up. But yes, now I am feeling sorry for Grace, where we talk about it, where I was a little bit harsh talking about her. She doesn't know better. And she doesn't know better. Now, Trisha is on a positive arc. Trisha just needs to be Trisha. Roger don't have to open his mouth. I just have to mod the chat. But Grace Thorpe is a person that really needs help. And I'm going to help her if I can. Now, people accused me of grooming her, blah, 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 blah. Now, the funny thing is when I was Grace's co host, I had my girlfriend. Now, my girlfriend liked Grace and was positive about it all. But I do not have a girlfriend now. So, and Grace is 21 years old. So, once again, I have a different dynamic now. I'm going to flirt with Grace just to piss the internet off. And I will say that here. Now, on Grace's channel, I'm not going to. I'm going to be all serious like. But if you come here, you're going to be in on the joke. Just saying. Now, somewhere on one of these devices, I do have her phone number. Now, see, that's the interesting thing. I don't have Truthfully Trish's phone number. As much as, these people on the internet want me to, but I do have Grace Thorpe's phone number. So, this is going to be some fun in the future, and it's still pouring the rain here. It's not big thunderstorming, but I mean, it's a solid rain here. So on the farm, I am washed out for about 3 days. And so I guess you're going to see a lot of me on YouTube. You'll see maybe a live or two, and you're going to see some videos on my various channels for those people that are subscribers. I'll probably do something on my vlog channel later. Now, if it wasn't for all the rain, I probably would be out in the barn loft setting up the war game. It's just with all the cloud cover, there's not a lot of light. I could still set up the war game, but it really wouldn't be good for shooting right now. So, that is what it is. Now, as I've mentioned, I do feel for Grace because she didn't get to have a childhood. And she lacks personal skills. Now, I always had people skills. I might not have always liked people, but I always had the ability to communicate, interact, understand the other person. And in a lot of ways, Grace is like me. It's just she lacks these skills, interpersonal skills. And I would like to help her on this. And me not being on her program, this is lesson 1 for her interpersonal skills. Do not take your friends for granted because they can just walk off and leave you to swim on your own. And that's what I've done with her. And I'm not mad at Grace at all. Nope, not in the least. I like the girl as a friend. Now, since everyone accused me of grooming her, I am going to ask her to have my baby. Remember the whole trolling thing we talked about? Yes, I am going to ask Grace Thorpe to have my baby. Now, if she says yes, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But it could end up costing me $50 a month child support because that's the minimum in Kentucky. Yes. And the look on my face would be funny. Just saying. Excuse me, kitties. Where I had this cat laid on me this whole life. I've been sitting here smiling, but they've been killing my knees. Because I've been sitting here in an Indian position with 3 cats on my legs. And now I can stretch out and I get to feel the blood again. What sucks about the rain, I mean, I have seizures, I can't drive, and I have to walk to the store, which is a couple miles. And I've got, as I say, I got enough money I could even get a pizza if they delivered pizza. So, I do got a few bucks where I could get something to eat the next couple days. My taxes were a lot less. But as I say, it's pouring the rain, so it's peanut butter and crackers for me. Damn it, you guys are falling over. There we go. But I'm going to go ahead, I believe, and get off here. Like I say, I normally don't. Well, Ross, about we were just getting off here. Unfortunately, I was just bullshitting. This was just a bullshit live. You know, getting to know some people, let some people subscribe. You know, these that I'm going to be doing in portrait, you know, they're going to bring in new people. And we're getting new friends, my friends. We're taking out the old hags and we're getting some human beings in. Now I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, and this will be up for replay. So yes, if you're just coming in, this was just Roger kind of talking. There really was no topic, you know, and just letting people know a little bit about myself, a little bit that I have an entire network of channels. I really do have content on one channel that's basically for everyone. But this is kind of like the central hub because this is the current largest channel. So thank you for coming, and sub if you feel like it, and enjoy the free shit show. You will find on this channel, you will not hit any commercials whatsoever. Although on my small channels, you will, because YouTube really seems to like their content. Now, thank you for coming, everyone, and have a good night.